Hi everybody, Ryan Thompson here.
Hey guys, Michael Akraz, and welcome to the RTG Academy podcast.
Today we'll be talking about everything life, leadership, and soccer. Goalkeeping specifically.
Make sure to like and follow for more content.
Respect.
There it is.
I think there's an actual culture around goalkeeping now. When it used to be a single man's position, now there's actual goalkeepers pushing goalkeepers forward. The goalkeeper on the sidelines helping the mental status of the goalkeeper on goal.
Yeah.
There's more of a GK union now instead of every man is an island.
So you know what's funny is I was talking to a parent the other day, one of the kids that I coach, and they're just like, yeah, like my daughter's all about it, and send me anything Instagram related that she can relate to goalkeeping wise. I'm like, dude, there's a ton of pages that's all goalkeeping, the union.
Yeah.
And I think the connection with internet and social media now, that's what's building the connections and the union a lot more. It was always tight knit in teams, but then you can hop on your phone when you're at home.
Yep.
You just see a goalkeeping page, some positive messages and just connecting all the dots and everyone together. So
I agree. I'm going to take a step further, challenge you a little bit here, Khalid, because I feel like there's always been that goalkeeper union, and that's what that's why it even started in the beginning. Goalkeepers are always that individual within the team. So you find keepers together, they always stay together no matter what. What starts to happen now is really, Mike mentioned social media. Now a lot of people are seeing goalkeeper as a huge part of the team now. That's a fact. One, there's more awareness around the mental issue with goalkeeper, the roles and the responsibility, the goalkeeper winning a game versus goalkeeper losing a game. And people are empathizing with that role now and saying, okay, if this person is so important within the team, now it's a time for us to start put more attention, give them more love, give them more respect. Now start put some more money into their pockets, like you see happening in England or in English Premier League. Alisson, Kepa, Ederson, Hugo Lloris. They're some of the highest paid players on the team now. Back in the days, that wasn't the case. They were always the union within that team, within goalkeeping world, but they never got the respect. They're getting the respect now because people are seeing that in the social media space, and they're seeing them giving assists, making big saves, and now it's a position that's being glorified. So it's a good thing. The culture is out there and it's growing, and we want to see that continue to grow. And it's a big thing of what we're doing here at RTG as well.
Yeah, cause I agree with you, but it's I think it's a little more than that, because if you think about it, when we all started getting into soccer, yeah, we noticed it on TV and stuff like that, but really when we started getting into it was the playground. You know what I mean? At school,
Facts.
After school, hanging out with your friends, and it was two groups, right? It was the kids, the field players, right? The ones that always wanted to do the tricks, always wanted to do the goals. And then the common misperception, right? All right, let's get the fat chubby kid, let's toss him in goal. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's changing. There's a real culture of people wanting to be goalkeepers, not people being delegated to be goalkeepers, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yep.
yeah, you're starting to see more kids nowadays Coach, I want to be goalkeeper, and their parents are talking to you after. Hey,
It's a fun position now.
Yeah.
I've seen even my brother, my little brother has a team that he's in, and a few players of the outfielders that usually play out forward and stuff want to drop back in training and be goalkeeper for fun.
Yep. So don't you think it's because it's being glorified now? Back in the days, the stigma is the fat kid, and that's the reality. Or the kid who is not that good on the field in that moment. You know what, just go stop some shots. Now, you're finding out that the position, you see a lot of athletic players in there now. You see a lot of players who are actually good on the field, wanting to go in a goal to show that, okay, I can conquer that world as well. So there's a change going on, and I think it's good for the sport. It's really good for the sport.
You played in both positions. You played outfield and in goal. What the dynamic have you seen between how people treat you when you're in goal or in your outfield?
What do you mean dynamic?
Does it change? Does it make it? Do people look at you different when they see you outfield or when they see you in goal? Or there's a difference?
I mean, people don't expect me to play in goal because I'm smaller, so that's definitely against me, I guess, out of my favor. So I think that's where I started to play goal on the field when I was younger. Just didn't get any love in goal, but as I got older, people were like, "Oh shit, he's actually pretty good. He's actually his kick can fly." It's yeah.
Ore Campos.
Exactly. Some of the best goalkeepers of our time have been smaller goalkeepers.
Yeah.
Like you said, Campos, 5'8", 5'9", maybe
Yep.
at best.
Keylor Navas.
Keylor
Navas.
Navas, no, yeah, and then Casillas, 6 foot barely. Freaking
Peperina.
Nick Romando, Peperina,
John Bush.
John Bush, the legend John Bush.
Yeah.
So like all these smaller goalkeepers have been,
Yeah.
but there's definitely, I mean, I don't know. I think playing on the field helped me. It just helped me move a lot quicker in goal, and when I'm on the field, just people don't expect it. So.
I think the spotlight too is different. Like if you're a midfielder and you mess up, like you can kind of just hide away in the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You can kind of be like, oh well, he was just quiet today. I didn't notice him do anything like too wrong. Like the average watcher isn't gonna notice. Oh, he had he gave the ball away crazy today. Like a lot of his passes were he couldn't make it past nobody. But with the goalkeeper, like the spotlight is on them. When the goalkeeper messes up, everybody knows when the goalkeeper messes.
100%. So this saying, we all grew up hearing this. The goalkeeper makes 99 save, one mistake. They all remember the one mistake the goalkeeper make. So it goes back to what we're talking about, the pressure, and the responsibility that's rolled in that role as a goalkeeper. Now people are recognizing all of that stuff now and like, wow, we need to treat this with care. We need to treat those goalkeepers with care. We need to prepare them for success, because you know what? They can either win a game for us or they can actually lose a game for us. As a matter of fact, the only time the game really, really stops and can't start is when the goalkeeper is down. Everybody else in the game, get on, slide to the side, get on. If the goalkeeper is not up on their feet, the referee is going to blow and stop the game. So the goalkeeper role is really, really important now, and they're treating it as such. But there's still ways to go, if you ask me. There's still more things that need to be done in terms of education, coaching education, because there's still a lot in the community out there that's being neglected as well.
We've seen a lot change recently in how people are seeing it because of social media and the mental health movement helping people focus on that position being like a big spotlight. People have been helping with mental health as well. What do you think needs to go forward, needs to change forward to get the next step of?
I'm with you on that, because I feel like with stuff like this, of course we're gonna have like the exposure phase, right? Where it's like, oh, let's gain awareness, let's gain momentum into focusing on this. But what's after this? Like, what's after once we've got all the YouTube, all the TikTok pages focusing on goalkeeping? What can we do?
Education.
I was going to say the same. Coaching education specifically, for sure. Coaching education. It's like, I mean, you're seeing it more at the higher levels. The goalkeeper coaches taking those higher positions of head coach, assistant coaches, and all that. So they can work with those goalkeepers a little bit more. But then you go down to the youth levels, and they don't have that. You have coaches that never played the position. Yep. So then a goalkeeper will make a mistake, and it's like, mind you, this might be their first time playing goalkeeper ever, and you can hear a coach like, "What are you doing?" Well, chances are that kid doesn't even know what he's doing, and now you're just like ruining this kid's confidence and just kind of breaking it down. So 100% coaching education.
Yeah, and that's a big one. When I could take a step a little bit into in terms of details, right? So you go to a training. A lot of the time, the coaches they don't send the goalkeepers to goalkeeping training, right? So they have the goalkeepers thrown in the goal, cold turkey. They're doing shooting drills. There's probably one or two goalkeeper, right? And there's like 18 field player. You're doing shooting drills inside the 18-yard box. Goalkeeper is just trying to make save, getting destroyed mentally, getting destroyed physically, and then they have a game the following day, and then they wonder why the goalkeeper have a bad game. So when we're getting at the coaching education piece is important. Prepare the goalkeepers before getting that environment, and better yet, how much work are you going to put the goalkeeper through before you realize that he's physically exhausted. The next piece of it now, and this is the part that I'm going to share a story. Like, it breaks my heart, because parents is also a huge part of that problem. Meaning like parents who don't have goalkeepers as their son or their daughter. When they're at a game or an event and the team loses a game because the goalkeeper make a mistake, they're mean. The things that I hear the parents are saying in the stands, so the 12-year-old, 13-year-old, 14-year-old, it makes the goalkeeper parent want to hide. And then the goalkeeper looks around and look at their parent and see that the parent is sad. They automatically become sad. So they bring them in a stage right now where mentally they're unsure of what they want to do, if they want to even continue. So you see people like quitting because of those things. So my mom, many years ago, she came to a game, when I was 14. I started as a goalkeeper at 14. She came to the game, and she came back home, and she was like, "Ryan, I ain't coming back to another game." I'm like, "Why?" She was like, one, I was worried that you're going to get hurt. Two, they were saying all these mean stuff to you in the game, and it breaks my heart. I can't sit and listen to people talk about my son like that. And I was like, Mom, I actually love the position, and it's okay if you don't want to come. I'm still going to play nonetheless. But that hindered my mom from coming. My mom didn't show up to another game until many, many years later when I was an adult. So think about that just think about it for a second. How impactful those things are in terms of the negative side of it in goalkeeper education. So we need to educate the parents, we need to educate the coaches, and go beyond and continue to educate the mass in general, so they have some empathy towards the role.
As individuals, as parents who have kids that are goalkeepers, or parents that are in a team that have their kid that see the goalkeeper that's suffering, what do you tell them to do? What can they do at an individual level?
Don't coach them. Just be there for them. That's the last thing you want to do. You want to try to tell a kid, hey, you should have done X, Y, Z wrong. Well, dude, they're not looking for you as a coach. They're looking for you as a parent.
Yeah.
So they just want to know that you're there and you got their back. That's it.
That's
Point
it.
blank period.
Support.
That's it
right there, because I think all of us, like, and I don't think this is necessarily specific just to soccer. I mean, you hear, like, with football, like American football, and you hear AAU basketball, like the crazy parent stories, right? Them going crazy on the sidelines, them beefing with the ref, arguing with the refs, and it's like, man, like, I just remember, like, sometimes when I was a kid, like, bro, like, I'd be begging my parents, like, bro, like, I don't need you. I don't need you to be arguing with the ref like you're my teammate or like you're my coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want you to be there as like a parent for me. You know what I mean? Like, not saying like a parent can't criticize like their own kid or something like that, but it's like your job.
Support.
It's support.
You can definitely have those talks about like, hey, like, let's go work on this technical skill. Exactly. That's when the dust is cleared. But in that moment when your kid's head down, you can't just be like, man, you should have done. Hey, you should have put your leg out instead of your foot. Like, what is that?
Because you two are the perfect examples of like seeing this like on a day to day. Because besides doing RTG, you guys also have plenty in years, because y'all are old, so years and years, years and years of experience.
Podcast done. I'm out.
Hey, brother, I'm from the islands, brother. We don't get old, brother. I'm just saying,
Black on crack.
No, like,
you guys work with kids every
day, like even outside of like the RTG camps, like with a lot of the schools in the Austin area, like, and even professional teams with like grown adults, like, y'all see the way like parents, like, they talk to their kids. So like, what are some of the things that you notice? Because you spoke on Mikey specifically, like, hey, like, just being there for your kids. Like, what are some of the things you've noticed like parents should stop doing?
So I forgot I was talking about this, but I was coaching, like, I had a guest player and he was a goalkeeper. Dude, while the dad was standing behind the goal telling his son what to do, and my director of coaching's there, I'm like, dude, I don't like this. No, leave him. You just got to talk to him. Just, hey, make sure that he's not like too hard on his son. I'm like, bro. He's like, yeah, his son was about to quit. And I'm like, well, look, he's hovering over him. He's hovering over him. The kid is at an age where he has zero physical strength and can't kick a ball, to the other side of the field. And his dad is over there coaching him, expecting him to do that. And it's like, you're creating unreal expectations for this kid. You're hovering over him. You're not letting him make his own mistakes. Yeah. And you're just, dude. And then, find out yesterday that the dad was a goalkeeper. So I'm like, go figure. He's living through his son.
Yeah.
Don't live through your kids. Don't expect them to like, don't push them to unnecessary like limits. Don't hover over them.
Don't put them to your goals.
Let them be themselves. Let them create their own mistakes. Let them learn from their own mistakes. There's a reason why there's coaches. We're there to help them, guide through them, right? Yeah. Let us do that. There's a reason you're a parent at the game. Yeah. Be a parent. Don't coach them. Don't do all that stuff.
I saw, just to add what Mike is saying, because it's like so real, right? I saw a picture on social media the other day. It was Suarez and Messi watching their kids playing, and they were just in a chair, just relaxing, having a good old
sipping mate,
having a good crack there, and then you look around and you see everybody else is like rah shoot, like just talking all this nonsense, being a coach on the sideline to their kids. And I'm like, no, my youngest, my Piper, my eldest just now played a 5v5 game for the first time this week. And the only expectation I have is for her to have fun. I don't care if she fails or anything. So my wife and I were standing at the back, and she has never played before. I don't coach my daughter, So she went onto the field, and she is happy as a clam running around. The first ball she got, She turned and she was running towards her own goal to score. And the parents and the coach, Piper, no, turn around, turn around. So literally she like froze and tried to turn. And then they scored on her. And then she was like, she laughed. I'm like, okay, I was laughing to it. That's what it's all about. You need to have fun. You know, at the end of the day, like, they're just kids. It's just a game, you know? And it will come and it will go, you know? So
I made this point to Ryan the other day. It's like, think about how many things we don't do as adults because it's new to us and we're scared of doing them.
yeah.
Now imagine a kid doing something for the first time that has no clue, and you start to like yell at them for it. Like
Yeah.
you're gonna push them away from it. That's why kids
100%.
get. That's why kids get burnt out. That's why kids drop out. Like they're not having fun with it. So why would I do that? Why would I continue doing something that I'm not having